Hey guys, it's Laura. It is time for another barefoot shoe review. I am really excited about this one. So a company called Feelgrounds reached out to me about a month or so ago, and they asked if I was interested in reviewing one of their new barefoot shoes, the Highrise. Absolutely. So these shoes looked super cool and they met all of the barefoot requirements that I look for: zero drop heel, wide toe box, and a reasonably flexible and thin sole. So in this video, I'll do a quick rundown of the whole ordering experience and what that was like. I'll do an unboxing, and then I'll put them to the test and I'll give you my honest opinion. If you're new to my channel and you're interested in seeing more videos about barefoot shoes, living a healthy, balanced life, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. Alright, so these shoes are available in 6 different colors, which I appreciate the variety. They're eco-friendly, they're vegan-friendly, and they're described as water repellent. And these Highrise shoes are going for $153 US. So I want to talk about the ordering process real quick, specifically the printable size guide. This bad boy. Basically, you print out this sheet of paper, you stand on it, and you get your perfect fit. And they even have a section where you can calibrate it by measuring a credit card in this box. That way you know the scale is accurate and you're gonna pick the right size shoe. So once you've confirmed the credit card fits inside the box properly, you line up your heel to the edge of the shoe image. And you wanna leave space between your longest toe and the size line. And be sure to measure both feet. If you're between 2 sizes, they do recommend to size up, and I would agree with that statement. For instance, my right foot measured to about 37, and then my left foot measured between 37 and 38. So it was really important for me to measure both feet so I could ensure I got the right size. And here's a bonus: if you're not 100% sure of the right size after doing this, you can send pictures of yourself doing this to the company and they'll help you. I've gotta say, how does every shoe company not do this? I feel like this should be an industry standard, and I feel like my biggest concern when buying anything that I'm gonna wear online, whether it's shoes or clothes, am I getting the right size? It always feels like a shot in the dark to me. Generally, I'm size 7.5, but there are some shoes where I have to size up or I have to size down because that's just how they're made, and I feel more comfortable in a different size. So this eliminates all sorts of questions and concerns that I have. Let's see what these are all about. Ooh, these are super nice. I'm really excited. Oh, I'm pumped. It's a nice flexible sole. So these soles have a decent amount of thickness. They feel pretty stretchy. All right. It's the moment of truth. Oh yeah. So I got these shoes in a 7.5 and they're a perfect fit. I would say that these shoes are pretty similar to the Primus Lites from Vivobarefoot as far as sizing goes. So I wear a 7.5 for the Primus Lites, and these are a 7.5 and they're a perfect fit. So because of the situation that the country and the world is currently in, we're unable to go on all sorts of different adventures and try these shoes out in different terrain. But we've been going on a ton of walks in our neighborhood, and I've worn these Highrise shoes non-stop. Okay, it's time to put these shoes to the test. Since we're doing a lot of walking on man-made surfaces like concrete, one of the first things I tend to notice is the thickness of the sole. I often wear Vivobarefoot shoes, which have about a 3mm sole. They're super thin, which feels amazing when walking on grass or other natural surfaces. However, thin soles take some getting used to, especially on concrete. Because I spent so many years walking in regular shoes with a raised heel and a ton of cushion, I tend to heel strike when I walk, especially when I run. My walking form and my running form has improved over the last few years, but it's nowhere near perfect. I've noticed that I tend to heel strike more when I'm trying to keep up with tall people with long strides, like Alex, my husband, or 4-legged friends like our dog Bucket. So the outsole of the Highrise is about 5mm thick and really flexible. This is still a pretty thin sole, but it is a little thicker, 2 millimeters thicker than I'm used to. I think these shoes would be really great for city walking or people who walk a significant amount on concrete or who are transitioning into barefoot shoes that have thinner soles. I've mentioned in other videos that I really enjoy wearing barefoot shoes when I slackline. It's really important for me to be able to feel the line through my feet. While I'd say these shoes feel pretty good on a slackline, I definitely notice that they have a thicker sole and I don't feel as connected as I'm used to with a 3 millimeter sole, for instance. Let's move into the water repellent test. So it's been really sunny in Houston and it's been gorgeous over the last few weeks, so there hasn't really been a chance to test whether or not these are super waterproof. So we're gonna use the next best thing, the water gun that we use when Bucket starts barking too much. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, it's repelling a decent amount. I also sprayed it pretty close up. The water is beating a little bit, which is nice. That was where the real impact of the spray was, but I would say in general, that's pretty good. So I can feel where the impact was. It is a little wet on the inside, but for the most part, it's beaded and these are pretty good. Personally, I wouldn't want to wear off-white when it's raining, but this is good to know. I would say that these shoes are water repellent, but not water resistant. So what are my final honest thoughts? I'm genuinely impressed with these shoes. They are super comfortable, and I really do like the flexibility and the thickness of these soles. As I mentioned before, these are great for walking on man-made surfaces like concrete, which I do a ton of. And there's plenty of room for you to spread your feet with this wide toe box. I've found these to be fairly breathable too, and in Texas, we need that. Something I want to briefly touch on is initially I was a little nervous that these shoes were going to rub because they sit a little higher on my ankle than I'm used to. This fabric is soft, it's really comfortable, and it hasn't been irritating my skin. Alex has been eyeing these shoes ever since I got them, and he's probably going to get his own pair. So I want to thank Feelgrounds again for letting me try out their shoes. I feel so lucky to have had this opportunity, and I love supporting companies that have the health of their customers top of mind. If you're interested in getting yourself a pair of their shoes, feel free to use my link down below. I'll receive a small kickback if you do choose to use it, so no pressure, but it will help me invest in future videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys!